So today we're doing a project to reshape the seat and trim down this gradual curve part, because as you can see, that's kind of how the seat sits on the bike. That curve kind of puts too much pressure on the upper buttocks and ends up killing your tailbone after a while. So what we're going to try to do is trim down this area and dish it out so it's more dished out in here, so that your butt just kind of tucks into there. So we're going to pull out some staples and see what the foam looks like. I know that this part pushes down quite a bit. You can kind of see how much my hand moves in and out. And one of the problems we're going to run into is that this plastic part is only maybe that far away of that much thickness of foam, so we need to be careful about how much we remove. So we're going to take the staples out and see what we're working with. This seems to be the best tool for the job, which just happens to be a paint scraper. Could probably use a screwdriver, but it might be a little bit more awkward. So you try to get an angle to pull out the staples on the edges. Just lets you wiggle around a bit easier and get more leverage. You want to take it real easy so you don't slip like that and punch holes in your seat. The seat has some of the adhesive spray that they usually use to stick the covers on seats, so you want to be kind of easy about peeling that off. We didn't remove all the staples because we're only going to be trimming this part. We should be able to get away with leaving that attached. So just peel it back. This is probably going to be the same process if you're putting on the Louis Moto aftermarket seat cover. So this is the area that we're going to kind of dish out in here. Kind of trim that out and make it more dished. I think the pressure spot is right here. So we're going to kind of trim that down and just dish it out. So that's what we're going to try to dish out. Let the scary part begin.
Try sitting on it.
That looks much better. Okay, so we stepped this in quite a bit, probably about a ½ inch, and it already feels a lot better. Not nearly as much pressure on the tailbone. I think I'm just going to smooth this edge in, step this in a tiny bit more, but as you can see, we don't have a lot of room, maybe ½ an inch before we're going to be hitting plastic, so we don't want to go that far. This is still humped up a little bit, so I'm just going to smooth this part out and should be done. So the staples we ended up using were the Stanley Sharpshooter 1/4 inch by 6.3 millimeter The thing you want to watch out for is you want to get staples that are flat at the end, not pointed like this, because it ends up shooting the staples in crooked, and they end up doing this. They get all bent like this. So just a heads up. And just as an extra little to do what the factory did, we're going to spray some adhesive spray on the seat where the seat flips over to kind of hold it in place while we're stapling. And before you do that, it's really tacky, and the spray doesn't necessarily shoot out straight all the time. So just to be safe, it's best to lay some paper towels down or tape and mask off. What you don't want to get really nasty, sticky, tacky glue everywhere. So we're using paper towels here, and then we're going to wrap the seat around and start stapling. Okay, so the glue made this process much easier. You can pull the seat and flap it over and kind of spread it and smooth it flat, and the glue actually holds it in place, as you can see. Only as you're moving the seat around does it kind of tug a little bit, but otherwise it's pretty good. And you want to use a block of wood like this and put the seat's edge right on it, and then use as much pressure as you can to push down on the staple gun to get the seat seated in there. So I'm going to hand off the camera and show you a few staples. Like that. And this is the goofy spot that kind of is tucked on the stock seat. Puckers. Yep, kind of puckers, and they actually have two staples that go in here to hold the seam. So I need to smooth that just a little bit more. Okay. Put the staples directly over that seam. Up here. I might do 3 just to hold it down extra low. There. So that's got those. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Should be good. Reshape seat, and you wouldn't even know it. Except it's all tucked in right here.